I thought I was going to die. I mean, I had the weeks leading up, the months leading up to this move. I don't know how much I told you, but I had chest pain, anxiety, probably depression.
When?
It started like maybe
April?
Yeah, it started. When did we go on the cruise with Mom?
May.
So it started before that. Because I remember.
The end of May?
So
Yeah.
it started in April. I think it started in April. And I remember sometimes feeling so weird and so bad. I never experienced anything like this. And I thought I was going to die. I mean, I'm not kidding. I've never had anything like this. And it was bizarre. And then a short time, like a few weeks ago, I thought I had poison ivy, but like these hives started spreading all over my body. I was itching like crazy, and then I started thinking, well, maybe it wasn't poison ivy. Maybe this was from like anxiety and stress. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure to this day, like what was going on in my body. But I've never experienced anything like this, and I'm wondering whether the anxiety and the worry about the uncertainty maybe about moving and what was ahead of me, like all the packing, all the organization and throwing stuff out and all and relocating for the first time in 64 years. I just wonder if that started getting to me psychologically and wreaking havoc on my body. And I mean, I think our mind is really strong. Mm-hmm. And all this stuff going on in my mind started exhibiting physical manifestations of all this. Now, I was smart enough to go to my doctor, and he said the chest pain was not a heart problem. Luckily, I mean, I thought it was. I thought I was going to have a heart attack and die. But I never told you this, but like right before we went on the cruise, I thought maybe, well, I hope I live through the cruise.
Really?
I
didn't tell me.
I was afraid to tell you. I was feeling horrible, and I was tired all the time. And so the good news is right now I'm feeling fantastic. I mean, I'm back to where, plus I gained all that weight. It was horrible, but
yeah, definitely.
I'm feeling.
Your eating habit wasn't like usual.
I know. Here I am, a vegan who eats like healthy food all the time. I started eating fried crab.
Yeah, fried.
It was horrible.
French fry, or like you really like to order fried stuff.
Fried stuff, and I don't know why. My body, on some level, was like craving horrible junk fried food like that. I don't know why. I think it's all connected.
Yeah.
It's all connected. What was going on in my life at the time, knowing about this major life. Let's face it. No matter what, it's a major life event. I mean,
right.
Selling everything we have, getting in our car, getting somebody to drive our RV, relocating out west is major. It's major, and I think it got to me, and I think I was feeling horrible. You remember, like every afternoon, I like lay down on the sofa for like hours, like I couldn't even move.
Mm-hmm. But that was you. Didn't you say gluten?
That's another thing. I'm not sure still. Like I attributed that because as soon as I started taking measures to like get myself healthier. Like, and one thing was to remove gluten from my diet, which I've done in the past, and it is true. When I started removing the gluten, my skin started getting better almost right away. I didn't have like the anxiety and the depression.
And you were not that tired.
And yeah, I wasn't tired anymore. So everything plays a part. Everything, like I learned in dental school, everything's connected. Like you can't just be a doctor of teeth, because everything in the body is connected, including your mind.
Yeah,
and
the same as massage.
Massage too.
Mind,
right.
Spirit, body, everything is connected.
Everything is connected, and I know I started having weird feelings. Again, it might not have, I'm not even sure what precipitated this, but I know as we were, so when we were on our RV trip in Sarony with Boo Boo, down south, we went through Georgia. Where did we go? Georgia, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida. We traveled all around for like a month, and I was feeling just god awful. I was just feeling horrible, tired, stressed, chest pain. I mean, it was...
That wasn't good.
No, it's not good at all.
It was a fun trip, though.
It was a very fun trip. It would have been much better for me if I wasn't feeling all this pain. Now, one of the things I did attribute the chest pain to also is a couple injuries.
Yeah,
I mean, I took shoulder. I took a bad fall skiing, and my ribs were bruised. So, again, everything's connected. I can't tell you how bad this was. So here we are. What state are we in right now? We're driving through Iowa on Interstate 80, right?
Yeah.
Iowa. We're like, I don't know, maybe halfway, maybe a little less than halfway, and I think I'm feeling okay. When we left the house the other day, I was crying, and you were crying too. We were leaving our house of 12 years that we put all this love into, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better now. Halfway through this trip out to Salt Lake City, I'm going to be able to release that. I think I'll be able to release the whole thing. I know this is going to be good for us. I know it will be. Mm-hmm. But what it took to go through this, and we're not out of the woods yet. I mean, we're not done. We've got, we got unpacking, organization to do. But I will get back to the stress level I had. I think that I know you might have been. I don't know. You really don't get upset with me, but you did the lion's share of all the packing and organization and throwing stuff at you, because I had a very tough time with it.
Yeah.
Very, very tough time. I don't know if it was laziness or I was afraid to just start packing stuff up and afraid to start minimalizing and sorting through stuff. It was just very, very, very difficult for me. But
yeah, but it could be like emotionally, and also like that's not your, how do you say, your
strong point?
Yeah.
It's totally not my strong point.
You are not good at it. I am.
Thanks a lot. No, but I'm not. I admit I'm not.
Like you are very good with like dealing with phone calls,
business.
Negotiating.
I love negotiation. I love negotiation. I love that.
Yeah, like I don't like that. I really don't like, I have to make an appointment, or, I have to change the appointment. I don't like it.
So are we good couple together?
Yeah.
I have things that but I'm really bad at organization skills and packing and throwing stuff out, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Like it was funny for me because like you couldn't even tell how to do or what to do.
What do you mean? I couldn't tell what to do.
When I asked you to organize your books, because I did
my
already.
books.
Yeah, but you said I cannot do it. It's too much. No, it's too much.
Too stressful.
Yeah, you get so like even though it's not difficult things, but you get like overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, totally overwhelmed, and I've always been like that. I've always been like that my entire life. Overwhelmed is right.
But I told you like, okay, this is the box for you wanna take. This is for donation, and this is throw it away. And then like when I suggest showed it to you what to do, and you did it. Okay, I can do that.
That's true. When you break something down to like bite-sized chunks for me, easy to understand pieces, I can manage it. Like, okay, so for example, the bookshelf. I had a bookshelf full of books that I've accumulated over many, many, many years. Some of them went back. Some of them might have gone back as far as dental school or close to that. So many, many years. So what I did, I went through each book, and I pretty much said, I don't need it anymore. I kept five books that were very special to me over the years. 5 books out of like hundreds and hundreds. 5 books. Maybe I'll share the 5 books that I kept, that I decided to keep, because I think they all 5 of them mean a lot to me in different ways, and I'm going to share those at some point, because it was pretty cool whittling down hundreds and hundreds of books on a bookshelf to 5 books. So I think I'm going to share that. But for a second, let's talk about, because I didn't really have one thing I did not have a problem was going through old clothes and saying, something, I just don't need this anymore. And I got rid of a bunch of old clothes, and one of the techniques I used was, do I wear it? Number one, do I wear it? Do I look good in it? I don't think I look good in anything. but do I wear it? Do I look good? Does it look good on me? Does it bring joy when I wear this? Do I feel really good? And if the answer is, and have I worn it in the past 6 months to a year? And if the answer to those are no, donate. And I whittled it down to like very few clothes now, and I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I feel better.
Yeah.
And the same goes with other things, other like things. Like, does it bring joy to me anymore? You know, and if it doesn't, who's the Japanese organizer? What's her name? Kondomari. We'll say
KonMari method, right?
Right, the KonMari method. So I think one thing she says is, if there's something you're going to get rid of, like donate it or throw it out, like thank it very much, thanks for the service it gave you, and then just part with it, and you had memories. And I think that's a really good technique. And so I thanked a lot of the things that I had and got rid of them. But something I was thinking about too, like we talked about yesterday on this drive, like not buying new things unless we absolutely really want them and need them. Not buying new things. And I thought about this, Yoko.
Yeah.
Like every time you buy like a new thing, it's not just buying one thing, but like other things come with it. But like, for example, let's say, this might not be a good example, but let's say you want to get a new bike. Okay, we're going to be out west. We can do like mountain biking and some biking through the park. So let's say you want to get a new bike. Okay, but with the new bike comes other things. You need shoes. You need a pump. You need a repair kit. You need a light. You need a little bit. You need all kind of things that are going to start to accumulate when you just buy one thing, which is a bike. Because I've had many bikes in my life, and you need a helmet. You need gloves. So all these new things are going to come into your life just because you're buying one thing, and I don't want that to happen. I know we might want a bike, but
if you really love, then like I think it's good to have.
Right. But
then like
it's not just as simple as buying one bike. It's like you got to buy 10 more things at least for it.
Right.
And that starts the accumulation mess again, and I don't want to get into that. I don't want that, because I just ended up donating and throwing out a bunch of that stuff. By the way, one thing I did was totally genius, because I just don't like to put things in the trash, because it's something that maybe somebody could use, even if it's like insignificant to us. So I had like, when you have like, I'm like a tech guy, and I had like all these electronic things like just lying around, cables and old devices and just all kinds of like electronic things that I had no use for anymore. And most people would have said, just throw them out. But I ended up putting them all together in a big bag, and I went online to a local group and I said, hey, I've got an electronics goodie bag, and it's free to the first person, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in here, cables, et cetera. And guess what? Within 15 seconds, several people said, I want it. So instead of just throwing it in the garbage and going into the landfill, somebody's going to get pleasure. I think they'll get pleasure out of my bag of electronic junk. I think they'll get some pleasure.
No, that's why I really like thrift shop or something.
Right.
It could be somebody's junk, but it could be great for somebody else. So I think it works out.
But that's exactly what I mean, though, because like, okay, every time I get, let's say, for example, a new iPhone. Maybe that's not a good example, but any kind of like electronic gadget, which I love. I love electronic gadgets. We're using a GoPro camera to record this. I mean, I love electronic, but with the GoPro camera, there's like attachments, there's cables, there's all kind of things that go with that. You can't just buy something, because other things come, and it just ends up being clutter and junk. I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox now.
I disagree.
You disagree with that?
Yeah, I kind
Tell me
of
why.
agree.
Tell me why.
But maybe you don't know how to organize. That's why you feel too much.
And you're the most organized damn person I've known in my life. I can't stand how organized you are. I mean, if I ask you for anything, you've got like a special place. I always hated you, not really, but when we went backpacking, because backpacking is almost like it's like almost like it parallels life, because you got to put, if you're going to be, let's say we backpacked in Grand Canyon, you got to put everything for one full week that you need in your backpack, and it's got to be very well organized.
And you have to carry it.
And you've got to carry it, but it's got to be extremely organized. And obviously you can't carry too much; it'll kill you. It won't fit in the backpack, and it'll kill you. You can't. So you're always so damn organized. You knew exactly where everything was. You had little places for it. Here I was with stuff all over the place. I couldn't stand it. I was again kind of overwhelmed because you were. And in the morning when we got up and had to break down the tent and put stuff in our backpack, you knew where all your stuff was. It took you a matter of 10 minutes, and I was like, it took me like an hour.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't know why you're so damn organized. That's what I don't know. I can't stand it. I don't understand. Yeah, it pisses me off. You're so... No, I'm kidding. You're organized. I'm more overwhelmed. And I remember when we backpacked, I was overwhelmed because I just had too much stuff to organize. I love backpacking. I still do. But it's like your organization skills really show when you're backpacking. Even in our RV, in Sarony, we can't bring everything. We have to bring certain things in the van, in the RV, and they have to be well organized, put in certain places, and you're very, very good at that. Very good at that.
Yes.
And you can't bring too much stuff.
No.
So anyway, that's my thought about organization, minimalization, health, moving everything you've got, selling everything you've got, and chest pain in a 20-minute video. A 20-minute conversation, I should say. Or close to 20 minutes. Anything else you want to add? We'll come back and do more, because I think talking about this is very healthy for us.
Especially for you, maybe.
It's my therapy. I don't have to pay somebody $200 an hour. I've got you. You're a lot cheaper. And you can give me a massage if it makes me feel better too. Because massage is really a great... It's great for your health.
Mm-hmm.
So, as long as I think one of the good things about us is that you totally understand me.
Yeah.
And you know what I liked also, I will tell you this now, you never, when we were organizing and cleaning out and packing, you never push. I knew you wanted me to do stuff, maybe you asked me to do, but you never pushed me too hard that I would go crazy. That was really good, and it worked out. You did a lot of work, of course,
Yeah.
but it definitely worked out. And I thank you for that. You know me. You understand. You're one of the only people on the planet that know me.
If I push you, you're gonna go slower.
Maybe.
That's from my experience. That's why I know that if I push you to do a lot, you're gonna go much slower. So that means we cannot be.
We can't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then I know if I do it much faster, but some things that I don't know you want to keep it or not, I had to ask you.
That's okay.
Yeah, as long as I know I can do boom.
This is the first time I've actually been so transparent or totally honest about my feelings, because a lot of people see me on YouTube and on Facebook, and I've got friends that think that, oh, David Maddow's got such a perfect life. Everything's great in his life. Everything's perfect. He's got a beautiful wife and cat, and everything just goes perfectly. But you know something? That's so far from the truth, it's not even funny. I'm a human being like anybody else, and I have feelings. I have emotions. I get scared. I get depressed. I get anxious.
Of course. We are human. If you don't feel that feeling, I think it's not good.
Right.
When we have sad, feeling anxious, that's okay, because we are human. We just have to accept, and you have to tell yourself it's okay to feel that way. Then but you shouldn't stuck with that bad feeling all the time. And if
right.
you accept that feeling, then like okay, then what I'm gonna do? What should I do? And then change. It's weird to change the feeling.
Yeah,
but
because-
again, it's just
Yeah.
deal with stress. You wanna stuck with the stress, or like do you wanna be happier? Like
Right.
that's all you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you have to try to really figure out where the bad feelings are coming from. But sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I have like a weird feeling and I don't even know why. I can't explain it. It's weird. I work on it. I try my best to work on it. And yeah, I thought maybe it could be something as crazy as gluten in my. I don't know, but I don't know. I do have a good life, and I've got no reason to be anxious and depressed and crazy and weird and all this. But sometimes I do feel that way. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I think it's okay. Maybe if you don't know, maybe you talk to tell your people.
Tell people.
Yeah, then,
I think it's a good thing. It's not good to hold it in, right?
Right, and then sometimes like, you could be like, I don't know what to do. You get blind. But then sometimes like little hint like, but you are. For example, you say like I'm blah 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 blah. You complain something to me. But if I say like, well, but you have good life or something, then you might like, oh yeah, like
Right.
How they say? You just kind of
Like-
open your eyes and like,
You like reevaluate, kind of, and realize that
Yeah,
I do have to do
realize.
it. But even though I know, I know I've got a great life. I'm thankful every day for my good life. I'm really thankful. I swear. But sometimes still that's not enough to help me overcome weird feelings.
I know.
But I think it's okay. I think it's going to be all right. I think you had a really good point. Don't hold it in. Tell other people. Talk to other people. Even if it's like talking to our friends, to our really good friends here on YouTube. Because I think I didn't tell you this maybe, but I'm gonna share this with people on YouTube. Is that all right? Is it okay? I hope it's okay. And not only that, let's have some more conversations about this during this trip, because I think talking about this is some type of therapy.
Yeah.
It really is some type of therapy. Like I said, like a therapist would charge $200, $250 an hour.
That's you box that.
What?
way.
Where's a U-box?
Somebody was towing like.
I went by
this
that
car.
way?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because that's okay. No, anything goes. We can talk about anything we want. So Yoko, thanks for your confidence. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your help in everything. And it's a work in progress. I mean, you're never finished. You never finish working on yourself. That's what I figured out. Never finished working on yourself, making you the best person you can possibly be on so many levels. But we're trying to do this every day. So thanks for that. Thanks for the support.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you for watching, being a part of our conversation, because this actually means a lot to us to have not just the two of us and Boo Boo, but you watching and helping. And if we can help you in any way possible, just by watching these, or if you want to ask a question, Yoko and I are here for you. But I'm going to have to leave now, but we're going to continue the conversation for sure. Love you, RV Dummy, and
Yoko and Boo Boo.
and Boo Boo. I got to be careful. There's a truck coming in right now. Hold on.